If you are a 40-year-old, a 50-year-old, and you're watching a skincare influencer that's like, 20 or a teenager, and they're telling you that if you use this product, your skin is going to glow and bounce and be, dewy as theirs is, chances are their skin is the way they are because of youth. If you're young, of course, you're going to have nice, bouncy skin. And as you age, your skin changes and, things happen. Hi, everybody. My name is Anastasia, and welcome to my channel. If you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. If you're new, come on in, make yourself at home. Here we talk about everything. So today I want to talk about skincare. We are all outside, the weather is nice, we're enjoying the sun, but we still have to protect our skin. So I wanted to share some tips and tricks that I've learned along the way with you guys, and hopefully somebody finds it helpful. So if this sounds like something that you're interested in, come and let's have a chat. There are so many different products from so many different companies selling us everything under the sun for our skin. What I want to say is that just watch where you're getting your skincare advice from. If you are a 40-year-old, a 50-year-old, and you're watching a skincare influencer that's like, 20 or a teenager, and they're telling you that if you use this product, your skin is going to glow and bounce and be, dewy as theirs is, chances are their skin is the way they are because of youth. If you're young, of course, you're going to have nice, bouncy skin. And as you age, your skin changes and, things happen. So make sure you're watching who is telling you what to buy for your skincare. The next thing I want to talk about is that there are dermatologists out there are skincare providers out there, and I'm part of this problem. As a consumer, if you go to a doctor and the doctor is obese and they tell you, oh, your labs came back, but you need to watch what you eat, you're going to look at that doctor and be like, you're big and you're telling me to watch myself. Why don't you take your own advice? When it comes to skincare, I always say have an open mind. If you go to a professional dermatologist and they're telling you need to do A and B and C for your skin, don't look at them. Maybe they might have acne, they might have wrinkles, or whatever the situation is, and judge their information they're giving you based on their appearance. Because just because I look the way I look doesn't mean that the information that I'm giving you is wrong. Take what I'm telling you, take what applies to you, the good in what I'm telling you, and apply it to your own life. So there is this thing out there that if you're oily skin, you don't need to moisturize. And that is very false. I am an oily skin girl. I am very, very oily. In fact, I joke that in the summer months, you can literally scrape oil off my face and fry an oil with the grease that comes out of my face. But you still need to moisturize. Your skin still needs hydration. And it actually is the opposite if you don't apply moisturizer. If your skin feels dry, it produces more oil, and then it becomes a vicious cycle. So just because you're oily skin does not mean that you don't need to moisturize. The next thing is sunscreen. So as people of color, people with extra melanin like myself, sometimes feel like we don't need to put sunscreen on to protect our skin, but that's not true. You always have to protect your skin no matter how much melanated your skin is. Even when it's cloudy outside, the truth is that 80% of the UV rays are able to penetrate the clouds and get into our skin. So always put sunscreen on, especially the summer months that the weather is so harsh. It's been so hot lately in the East Coast. So please make sure you are putting sunscreen on. We all like to exfoliate our skin. When you exfoliate, it makes your skin feels, nice and soft, baby bottom soft, and it's nice. But do not over exfoliate, because when you overdo it, you actually end up causing irritation. You might even end up breaking up more than you probably would have. So watch how much exfoliating you are using, or you are actually doing to your skin. There's this myth out there that you can shrink your pores. And people are selling all kinds of things to us as consumers and telling us that if you use this product in this bottle, you can shrink your pores. The truth is that the size of your pores are the size of your pores. There are things you can do to decrease the appearance of it, make it look a little blurry and not so visible, but you cannot shrink the actual size of your pores. So if somebody's telling you that they're going to sell you something to shrink your pores, they're lying to you. That's not true. And then the final thing that I want to talk about is word of natural product versus, lab made product. Not all natural products are good for our skin. For example, poison ivy. Poison ivy is a natural thing you can pluck from anywhere and apply it on your skin. But do you want to put poison ivy on yourself? No, because it's very harmful. And in fact, sometimes the lab made products are even better for our skin because they have been tested. They've gone through a rigorous process that to make sure that they are safe and healthy for our skin. So, just because somebody's selling you something and tell you quote unquote they are natural doesn't necessarily mean that it's a good thing. Read the back of the product, read the ingredients that you're using, making sure that it is safe for your skin type. Knowing your skin type is also very important. Whether you're oily skin or you're normal or you're dry will help you navigate what kind of product you should use. I hope you find these tips helpful. Thank you so much for watching. As always, please share, subscribe to the channel, comment down below with any tips, anything that you've learned along the way that you want to share so we can all learn and benefit from each other. Thank you guys so much for watching, as always, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.